Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and the first verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And how is it that we measure the time diligently in itself? By watching, okay, seeing what's going on around the world, seeing what's going on in the news and filtering it through the scriptures. Okay, that's how we measure the time diligently in itself. Okay, that's how we understand what time that we're in. Okay, continuing on. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's right. And how is it that the Lord is beginning to visit this place? By way of these plagues. Okay, you see that the Lord is bringing these plagues upon this place, famine, pestilence, the sword. Okay, but we know that these things will intensify, these things will escalate, heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and how else is it that the Lord is beginning to visit this place? By way of his prophets. Okay, you see that the Lord has his prophets out here on the highways and byways, preaching his word in truth and sincerity, warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. Okay, telling you everything that you need to know, man. Okay, so we see how the Lord is beginning to visit this place. Okay, continuing on. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, okay, and we're seeing the earthquakes that's going on throughout the earth, man. Okay, it was a recent earthquake in Alaska. Okay, it was a recent earthquake in Indonesia. Okay, it was a recent earthquake in China. Okay, we're seeing these earthquakes that's occurring throughout the earth, man. Okay, and we're also seeing earthquaking events happen throughout the earth. Okay, so we understand what time that we're in, man. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's right. And we're seeing the uproars of the people in the world, man. Okay, we're seeing more and more people coming up against the government. Okay, we're seeing more and more protests that's going on throughout the earth, man. Okay, so we're seeing the uproars of the people in the world. Okay, but we know that these things will intensify. These things will escalate. It will get a lot worse than what you see right now during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come, whether you hear or forbear. So I'll go ahead and get what else I had. I'll get this in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, and I'll start at the top. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And who are the Lord's people? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, okay? It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, okay? Who are the ones that's speaking in the ears of the Lord's people? The prophets, okay? Continuing on, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. That's right. So that shows you that we're speaking the words of the Lord, okay? We're not speaking our own words, man, okay? So let me go ahead and get what else I had, okay? So you see that the Lord speaks to you through his prophets, man. Okay, so let me get this in Ezekiel, and I'll come back to that. The 33rd chapter, okay? And I'll start at the 7th verse, okay? This is Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, okay? And the watchmen are the prophets, okay? Continuing on. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, okay? So you see that the Lord speaks through his prophets, okay? We're not speaking our own words. We're speaking the words of the Lord, Okay, continuing on. And warn them from me. It says, and warn them from me. And that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, we're telling our people that the Lord will bring plagues upon this place, man. Okay, famine, pestilence, and sword. Okay, it's going to get a lot worse heading into the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, so we're warning our people. Okay, whether you hear or forbear, man. All right. And you won't be able to say that you didn't know. You won't be able to say that you didn't hear. Okay, because we understand that this word is out. Like I just mentioned, we know that the Lord speaks to you through his prophets, man. Okay, so I'll read this again. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. And that's exactly what we're doing, man. Okay, telling you of the things to come, man. Telling you that it's going to get extremely bad out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, telling you that martial law will be declared. Telling you that it's going to be troops in these cities. Telling you that it's going to be checkpoints. Okay, telling you that people will be thrown into concentration camps. Okay, people will be put in prisons. Okay, telling you that women will be raped. Okay, telling you that a lot of you are going to see your sons and daughters get put to death right before you, man. Okay, and we're letting you know that it's the Lord that's bringing these plagues upon this place, man. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that back in 2nd Esdras. Okay, the 15th chapter. All right, and I'll start back at the top. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper. And we understand that this is speaking about the scriptures. Okay, continuing on. For they are faithful and true. That's right. We understand that these scriptures are faithful and true. Okay, we understand that all these prophecies will come to pass, man. Okay, continuing on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. That's right. So we don't supposed to let these scoffers, okay, we don't supposed to let these unbelievers trouble us, man. Okay, we understand that it's going to be some of our people that won't believe, man. Okay, no matter how much we tell them. Okay, but we understand the scriptures. Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, we understand that it's going to be some that's not going to believe. Okay, but just because you don't believe, that doesn't mean these prophecies won't come to pass. We understand that these prophecies will come to pass whether you believe or not. Okay, and I'll continue on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, and we understand 2/3 of our people, the wicked of our people, they're unfaithful to the Lord. Okay, so we understand that they're going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. Okay, and we know 2/3 of our people will be cut off here in America, which is Babylon the Great, pursuant to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. Okay, and we know 2/3 of our people, the wicked of our people, they despise the words of the Lord. Okay, so what's going to happen to the ones of you that despise the words of the Lord? Okay, the ones of you that's refusing to repent, the ones of you that want to continue to follow after your own heart, following the ways of the heathens. Okay, what's going to happen to you? Let me get this real quick. In Proverbs, okay, the 13th chapter, and I'll go to the 13th verse. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed. That's right. And we understand when you despise something, you look down upon it. Okay, you hate it. Okay, and we understand 2/3 of our people, the wicked of our people, they despise the words of the Lord. Okay, so we understand that this is going to lead you to getting destroyed, man. Okay, continuing on. But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. That's right. And who are the ones that truly feared the commandment? The elect. Okay, and we understand that the elect will be rewarded. We know that the elect will be protected and ultimately delivered. Okay, we know that the elect will be beamed up into the chariot, and they'll be able to see the nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot, man. Okay, so with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. to the elect. And I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.